La la, splish splash, I'm taking a bath. Oh, hey, what are you folks looking at over here? Hi, boys and girls. Oh, it's only you. It's me, Yitro. You know, the father-in-law of the great Moshe. And I'm here bathing myself in the waters of the mikveh, purifying myself, because in chapter 18, that's Perek Yud Chet, I, Yitro, the great priest of Midian, became, you'll never believe it, breaking news. Yes, that's right, I became Jewish. What? Me, Yitro, becoming Jewish? Well, you see, you might not think that strange, but everyone knows that I was the priest of Midian. I would wear all sorts of hats of Avodah Zarah. Sometimes I wore a witch hat. Sometimes I wore the hat of a priest of this idol. And sometimes I wore the hat of a priest of another idol. But always I was a priest of all the idols known to mankind. But when I heard about what Moshe, my son-in-law, did with the help of Hashem, taking the Jews out of Egypt, and the 10 plagues, and the splitting of the sea, and finally the war with Amalek, I decided enough is enough. All these false idols and false gods are just a bunch of baloney, and it's time for me to join the true people. Oh, you know, it's pretty hard for me to tread water over here. Let me get out of the mikveh. Ah, now I've got my clothes on. Anyway, so, boys and girls, I really am excited to tell you all about Perek Yud Chet, that's chapter 18. You see, because when I made this decision, I right away packed up my daughter, Tzipporah, that's Moshe's wife, together with her 2 sons, Gershom, the older one, Moshe's son, firstborn son, and Eliezer, who was Moshe's second son. And I packed them up, and I brought them with me to go to the Jewish people in the desert. And we traveled many, many miles out to the hot desert. And we came there, and I decided to come because of all the miracles that Hashem gave, particularly the splitting of the sea and the war with Amalek. And I wanted to join the true Jewish people. And of course, Tzipporah and the boys were excited to see their father and dad again. I mean, their husband and dad again. And when I came there, according to the Midrash, there were big clouds. I saw the big clouds in the desert that were blocking the way. The Ananei HaKavod, the clouds of glory. And I said, oh no, how are we going to get through that? And so according to the Midrash, I shot an arrow, and I wrote a note on the arrow telling Moshe to come out because I had brought his family with him. And Moshe Rabbeinu, the leader of the Jewish people, came out of the cloud to greet me. And of course, behind Moshe came all of the Jewish people. Oops, that drawing was a little bit, okay. Let's fix that up a little bit. Here we go. We'll make Moshe with a nice, long blue beard. Okay. And here we go. And Moshe Rabbeinu came out, staff in hand, and he said, Yitro, my father-in-law, and he embraced me and hugged me, and he told me all the wonderful news that happened. And that's when I said the famous line, which kids in the Harkem Hill Hebrew Academy and all over the world are still saying to this day, Baruch Hashem, which means
Bless Hashem.
Blessed be Hashem. That is correct. Blessed be Hashem. Because when I heard all the amazing stuff, I said, Blessed be Hashem. And I was shaken up. Rashi says, and correctly so, that my flesh became like goosebumps. First I was very happy, but then I got goosebumps from hearing how my former people, because I used to live in Egypt, my former Egyptian people were all killed and drowned in the sea. It was very scary for me, and I said, well, thank God that I didn't stay among those wicked people. And now I joined the Jews. And Moshe gave me a lot of honor. He personally, first of all, he came out to greet me personally. Normally the king doesn't come to greet you. And when Moshe the king came out to greet me, what do you think all the rest of the people did? Well, Aaron followed Moshe, and Aaron's sons followed Aaron, and all of the Jewish people followed, and there were tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of Jews witnessing my arrival. I felt so great. I never felt such great honor in my whole life. And Moshe gave me such honor. Not only that, he made a big meal to celebrate my conversion to becoming Jewish, and I went into the mikveh, and then they made a big meal, and Moshe did not even eat. Well, maybe he ate before or after, but you know what Moshe was doing during the meal? Moshe himself was honoring me by feeding us as the waiter. The great Moshe Rabbeinu. Rashi says he was the waiter. And the lesson we learn from this, boys and girls, is that we must honor not only our parents, even our in-laws, our father-in-law, our mother-in-law. We learn from Moshe that we must honor them. So this is a tremendous lesson. Even as great as you are, you must honor your parents and even your parents-in-law. How amazing is that? The great Moshe taught us that. And then, boys and girls, well, the next day, let me tell you, I was not so thrilled with what was going on over here. I came to the camp, and I saw there, you see Moshe Rabbeinu. Oh, he looks a little better over there with that nice white beard. Okay, he's a better drawer than I. And all the lines of people were waiting, standing on their feet, waiting for Moshe. And I said, what's going on, Moshe? What's happening? And Moshe said, the people are waiting for me to judge them. And they have any questions, they come and they say, Moshe, this happened, that happened. And I tell them what Hashem wants from the Torah. But I said, Moshe, this may be very beautiful, but this is not a great idea because the people are standing from morning until night. These guys are going to get so tired, they're going to get worn out. How are they going to get to Eretz Yisrael or to receive the Torah if they're standing on their feet all day? They're going to be positively exhausted. Well, Moshe taught us a second lesson. Moshe's lesson here was humility. Moshe asked me, well, father-in-law, what do you suggest? And I got a good suggestion, I did. Yes, that's me. Good old Yitro. Look at me there. 10, 50, 100, and 1,000. That was my suggestion. My suggestion to Moshe was that Moshe should not judge everyone by himself. No siree. Moshe should appoint judges to help him. And there should be one judge to answer questions for every 10 Jews. Probably little questions, if a Jew has a little question like, how do you keep Shabbat? What do you do? What's the law? Simple stuff. You go to your local neighborhood judge of 10 people and he'll answer you. Then there's a bigger judge for every 50 Jews. More responsibility, of course. And then 100 Jews. Every 100 Jews had a judge. And finally, the big judge over every 1,000 Jews. And if you had a question, you went to the 10 judge. If you didn't know, you went to the 50, then the 100, then the 1,000. And finally, if all that failed, it must be a really big question, then they could stand online and come to Moshe. But most of the people would not have to be doing that because they had a lot of judges to go through first. Well, that was really the end of my visit to the Jewish people, because then the Torah says that Yitro went home, back to my family. Yes, by myself, I went back to my family. Why would I do that? I just converted and became Jewish. Well, Rashi says that I went to go back to my family because I wanted to go and convert the rest of the people of Midian to the ways of Hashem. And in fact, in Tanakh, in the books of the Nevi'im, it records that the descendants of Yitro, my descendants, were among the Jewish people for many, many years to come. So sometime my descendants definitely did come back. So I did a good job in my conversion process. And that is the story of Perek Yud-Chet. That's chapter 18. Thank you very much for listening to my story. Yes, Ro. Is that a parrot?
No, it's a dove.
A dove?
Yes, it's a dove, Yitro. How are the kids going to remember all those details that you just said? How are they going to remember?
I don't know. It's all in chapter 18, Perek Yud Chet.
Well, I have a suggestion. Perek 18, Perek Yud Chet is chapter dove.
Chapter dove? What does a dove have to do with 18?
Well, you see, according to our secret code that we know in this class, the D has a hidden 1. And so D is 1. The vowel doesn't count. And the V, get this secret code, this is very ingenious. The V is the number 8.
Huh? Number 8? Why is a V number 8?
Well, this is a little bit complicated, Yitro, so a man as smart as you, pay attention, okay? You're a smart man, you're going to get it. You see, in script, in the alphabet, when you make the script alphabet, and you want to make the letter F, it sort of looks like this in script.
Okay.
And the letter F looks like an 8.
The letter F. So why is it not a duff? Why is it a dove?
Well, you see, in our secret code, letters that sound alike or use the same part of your mouth are considered the same. So make your mouth to say an F.
Oh, yes. I see I'm using my lips and my teeth.
Now make a V.
Oh, I see, Mr. Dove. I'm still using my lips and my teeth. And Ah, the same part of my mouth is involved when using a V and a F. Great. Okay, so the F looks like an 8, and the V uses the same parts of the mouth as the F, so that's 18. That's a little hard to remember, Mr. Dove.
Well, keep on making that with your lips and you remember me, the 18 Dove.
Okay, Mr. Dove, and how is remembering you going to help everyone remember the chapter?
Well, it's time for me to give you a ride.
Give me a ride? What are you talking about?
Here, I'm going to attach you to this.
Oh my gosh, I'm attached to the feet of the dove.
And I'm going to attach Tzipora and the boys to the other claw. Here we go. And we're going to fly in to visit the Jews in the desert. Whee!
Ah! Oh no, a giant dove has picked us up from Midian. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Yitro, Tzipora, and the boys flying from Midian. Help, help, this dove doesn't have wings. Help, help. Oh, we're making a crash landing in the Israelite camp.
Whee! Bombs away! Hey, Moshe, here's your father-in-law.
Whoa! Ah!
Splash!
Oh, right in the mikvah. Oh, now I'm Jewish. Oh, let me join the Jewish people. Oh my gosh, what is going on over here?
1 second, I didn't drop down Tzipora on the boys yet. Whoa! Splash! Whoop. We're already Jewish. Okay.
And it's Tzipora, Gershom, and Eliezer. Here we are, welcoming Moshe's whole family. Oh, my family, so wonderful to see you. Moshe, Baruch Hashem for all you've been through. Time to take some advice from me and appoint 10, 50, 100, and 1,000 judges. Men in charge of 1,150 and 10 people, because you are working too hard. My father-in-law, what expert advice. That is wonderful.
And boys and girls, whenever you think of chapter 18, that's chapter Dove, remember how I, the dove, picked up Yisro.
Oh no, not again. And I took him for a ride. Ah! From Midian all the way to the desert. Whoa! And thank you very much for watching.